Good morning, Young Women's Leadership Academy. This is Miss Burns, your principal, bringing you announcements on Wednesday, November the 9th. Everyone, today's a B day, so after advisory, please be sure you go to your 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th period classes. Students, we are almost halfway through the second 9 weeks. Please be sure you're taking care of business with your academics. Be sure you're turning in your homework. Be sure you are doing the reading you're supposed to be doing. And students, be sure you're asking for help when you need help. Remember, that's what your teachers are there for. Students, a quick reminder for those of you who wait in the parent pickup line in the afternoons, remember, students, safety is priority. So be sure that you are not walking or running or playing in the area that cars drive. Be sure that you are waiting against the building. Don't jump on and off the curb, and don't help anyone else jump on and off the curb. Students, make sure that you are being safe while you're waiting for your parents to arrive at the end of the school day. Also, students, since the weather is starting to get cooler, although it has been in the 80s lately, I know it's starting to cool off since it's fall. Students, be sure that your jacket is in dress code when you're in the building. Now, remember, you can wear whatever you need to wear to the building to be warm, especially when it's chilly in the mornings. But once you're in the building, students, please be sure your jackets are in dress code. Remember, jackets can be red or black. All right, that's all I have for us this morning. I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday, and I will see you in the hallways.
Hi, YWLA. Today, you're going to be spending some time focusing on your future. So you're actually going to be on Xello, and this is going to happen on Wednesday and Friday. So you're going to use this QR code to bring up your Xello. If for some reason this does not work, raise your hand and your teacher will help you out. Teachers, step number 2 has some suggestions to troubleshoot any Xello problems. And the last thing would to be send me an email, but please do not send me an email unless you have tried the previous steps. And then number 3 says to just make sure that you're showing the slide that has the lesson instructions as well. So after your students have brought up the QR code, we'll move on to the instructions. First, though, I want to take a look at what that looks like from the student point of view. So here is that first page that comes up when you get into Xello. Here is mine. If you ever need to access this again, say you click into one of these tabs and you get a little lost, just click on the Xello in the left-hand corner and it brings you back to what looks like this. Okay. So the first thing we're going to focus on in the instructions is this area. And then the second thing in the instructions is more so going to be focused on this left-hand side. So we're going to go from the right side to the left side. So let's take a look at what I mean by that. All grades must first complete these 4 things in order to move on to your lessons. So that was what was on the right-hand side, was all 4 of these: matchmaker, personality style, learning style, and careers. And then here is the checklist for each of the grades that was on that left-hand side. And so, for example, in 8th grade, you'd have to complete matchmaker, personality style, learning style, careers, and then go through each of these different lessons. So I have middle school on this slide, and then you'll just click on the next slide if you're in high school. Now, one thing to note about this is that you need to have done everything from previous years too. So for example, if I'm already a senior and I have these 5 lessons I have to make sure are done, you actually have to make sure that all the lessons from 11th are done, 10th are done, 9th are done, and 8, 7, and 6. So you might have to go back in time in order to move forward and get everything done off of your checklist. So again, now that we know kind of what those instructions are, let's take a look at it one more time. So again, your first step is to do that matchmaker, personality style, learning style, and careers, and that's found on your right-hand side. And then the next step is that checklist. So for example, here's my 8th grade checklist over here. That's going to be all down here. So you can see the first thing on my checklist would be to explore career matches. And look, that's the first lesson that pops up on that left-hand side. All right. So why is all of this important? All of these different activities are going to help you with your future and kind of deciding those important next steps. And this is going to be especially for my eighth graders. So everyone's going to be doing Xello lessons, but eighth grade, I need you to put in the best effort possible towards these Xello lessons because next week on Monday and Tuesday, you're actually going to be selecting your high school endorsement. And so this is going to be a very, very big part of that is making sure that you're doing these lessons, especially Matchmaker. You're not going to be able to choose your high school endorsement until you have Matchmaker done. So we're going to sit down, we're going to start planning out your high school future. But in order to do that, I need you to complete Matchmaker. So make sure that you're caught up in Xello so that on Monday and Tuesday, you're ready to choose an endorsement for high school. This is going to, be for the rest of your high school plan. And so you really need to make sure that you have this done. You're going to be choosing one of these five on Monday and Tuesday. We have STEM, business and industry, public service, arts and humanities, and multidisciplinary studies. Again, this slide is mostly for my eighth graders. Eighth graders, please, please, please make sure you have that Matchmaker done on by Monday and Tuesday. All right, everyone, have fun exploring your options and make sure that you're being honest and spending time doing these because it's only going to help you. Thanks, guys.